Hello and welcome to Toto TCG. You are here with me, Matthew, and we are back here with our first altered opening on the channel, and we have of course chosen to open up the Kickstarter edition booster box as opposed to the regular. Of course, this was the one that you get given when you are part of the Kickstarter and that you've put money towards it. Obviously there are different other ways in which you could have contributed, but that doesn't matter because the Kickstarter was successful. Pretty much almost $7 billion raised. It could be million, but it's either one. Massive, because that was the highest amount that was ever raised for a TCG on Kickstarter, which is an amazing achievement. And it's just gone from strength to strength. New set has just dropped around about the 31st of January, and we have got ourselves this to open, as well as a load of other stuff. If you've not already seen the unboxing, or should I say unboxings, because we've had 4 boxes opened in our previous video for Altered, then definitely check it out because you'll know what's coming up. So in this one we have of course got our Kickstarter box. I've also got our little pack of sleeves here in case we do get any nicey niceys. Now what do I mean by that? Well, this this specific game, or at least this specific box, there is a few additional things. Kickstarter, the edition, was actually given better pull rates, so a lot of the stuff you're going to find you're going to be able to pull very easily. I think there's more cards in each pack as well, but you also get the heroes that you usually get in the regular one, which is usually the first card you have. They are regularly just non-foil. All of the heroes in this are going to be foil, which is great because we'll be able to play with like foil heroes. We should be able to get all of them with 37 packs. I definitely hope so. But yeah, it should be very, very exciting. We're on the hunt. Basically, it's broken up into 3 different sections: common, rare, unique. Simple as that. Common is common. Rare is rare, but it can be a regular rare, which is the same faction rare, or that faction's rare can be reproduced into a different faction in a different colour. Now, no doubt we'll probably pull one of those, so I can show you what I mean when we get that. And the last one is unique. Uniques are very, very, like, I don't want to say hard to come by, because I think it's about 1 in 8 booster packs that you can get a unique, but we'll see what happens in terms of that, because Kickstarter might give us a little bit more from that. But enough from me, let's get into this. Now, another thing to note is that there is actually QR codes that you can scan on every single card. You can download an app, which is available now. The app allows you to scan all those cards into your collection. Now, why would I want to do that? Well, not only does it show you what's in your collection, which is great, but you'll get, at the very back, I think, is like a foiler card. So you'll get a common, a rare, or a unique foiler, so you can foil the cards you get. So all of the cards in here are just going to look regular apart from that hero, which should be pretty awesome. So if you see me hiding the QR codes or attempting to, that'll be why, but no doubt by the time this video has gone up, all the QR codes will be scanned. It's similar to like a Pokemon card, you know, with the little code card at the front. They'll all be scanned, so do not worry about that. They get added to my collection. I only say that because when you scan them, they won't be your card, because they'll be registered with me, and that's it. They can't be anyone else's. It's, again, similar to a code card for Pokemon, that sort of thing. However, we do have our stacks here. Now, obviously, there's 37 packs in here, so I'm not too sure how this is going to sort of look, but we're just gonna go through them. I think we just go through them here and we see exactly how this goes. Honestly, I'm not too sure how long this is going to be. I might cut it into 2 parts, to be fair, because otherwise it's going to be quite a hefty opening. But regardless, let's get into it. First pack here of the Kickstarter edition. It opens very nice. So you'll notice there's actually different backs to these cards as well. So the regular one, this one here, should be the one that says foiler on it, which could be common, rare, or anything like that. Now, I believe, from what I can see here, there is 14 cards. So there should be 14 cards. Regularly, I don't think it is. I think it's just regularly 10. But there is going to be a hefty amount of stuff in here. So if I flip this one over, so you can see that is a common foiler there. It's got a QR code, so you can scan that. And then I'm guessing this will sort of go into my bank of ones that I can foil. hopefully, but we'll see. So yeah, we'll have 3 different versions of this: common, rare, or unique. You'll see what I mean when we get to that. So if I flip this over, and straight away you can see one of those foils. Now you'll see what I'm doing here. There's a QR code right in the corner here, which will basically give me this foil version of Kojo and Buddha, which is one of the Bravos heroes. So a lot of information on here, which you'll probably be thinking, what is going on with this? And yeah, you'd be right to be thinking that. There's a lot of things going on here. A lot of stuff that I'd really love to sort of get to grips with, because it's just such a beautiful game, lovely artwork. And I mean, this is just one of the heroes that's foil. Regularly, they wouldn't be foil. So like I said, all of these are going to be thingy, so that code won't really do much for you. Because they should all be scanned by the time the video goes up. So we have Kojo and Buddha as our first one. And you know what? Let's bring this down a bit just so it's nice and comfy and you can see it easy there. Alright, so we've got Kojo and Buddha foil hero. We've got a Foundry Armourer. And there'll be a lot of things here with different symbols and everything like that. If you'd be interested to find out more about that, I don't mind doing like a video to sort of explain a few things. But there is actually quite a lot of gameplay out there. There's a few like how-to guides, so you might find it a little bit better doing it that way. So we've got Foundry Armourer. We've got a Tiny Djinn, which is like a little fire spirit. That's pretty awesome. We've got Boom, which is a spell. So not only do you get characters that you can also play spells, which you can see down here. We've actually got 2 numbers here. So the top one there in blue is the one to play from hand, and the 3 is from your reserve. So the reserve is what happens to a card at the end. So rather than discarding it straight away, it goes to the reserve. There might be some abilities written on the card that says, I don't go to reserve, or something like that, which at that point, then you don't do any of that. But it just gives you that option. So you might see some of those being the same, and you might see some of them being a bit different. So for example, with that Tiny Djinn, it's 2 from hand, but 3 from reserve. So that's pretty cool. So we've got Boom. Going to the next one here, we've got Muna Merchant, which is one of the Muna cards. Muna being the greener ones. You'll notice all of these little symbols here for like a grass, mountain and water. They are the 3 different sort of area typings for how you progress through the little thing, moving your character or your hero, hero or companion, sorry, towards themselves. So in order to basically move forward, when you expedition, you put one of these characters in one of the expeditions. And if this stat, for example, the 3, and maybe I played another one with 2, that was 5. And then if my opponent had 4, then I would move forward on grass as long as I'm in the grass symbol. If they've got water and this one's 0 and the other one's 1, but they've got 2 and a 3, then they would probably move forward on water. It's that sort of thing. So you're using these sort of stats here to sort of juggle what you want to do, which is fairly interesting. But yeah, we got Muna Merchant right there. We got a Lyra Chronicler right there. So you can see that's a 4/4, but the 0 in the middle. Daughter of Idrisil, which is like a live tree. You'll notice a lot of these. There might be a few characters in here that you'll be like, oh, that's cool. It's like a character from something or other. It's very much sort of taking our history, our sort of our world as well, and it sort of brings it into this game, which is really cool. So you might notice that every now and again. Small Step, Giant Leap. We've got an Ordis Trooper, which is one of the factions, Ordis, which is the blues. Now, we go into our rares here. So this is Achilles. So you might think, oh, okay, Achilles, that's sort of Roman sort of times, I'm guessing. But you'll notice that the background here, compared to all of these, rather than having that black background, it's now like a full art almost. This is the rares. So some of these will be in their own factions and others won't be. So this one, I believe this is Bravos, or Bravos. So this one is, I believe it might be from there. It may not. It might be from Ordis or one of the other ones. But a very, very pretty card right there. 5/6/6, very strong. Going into our next one here. So you'll notice this is then got, it is still a full art, but that little area at the back is a little bit black, so it looks as if it's got the black border there. Kelon Elemental and Lyra Chronicler. So you'll notice this one is very similar to one that we just pulled in the same pack, so I'll show you that in a second. Lyra Chronicler, and Ada Lovelace. So I believe that's like a historical historical character in history. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, rings a bell. And then that's the last one there. So the interesting thing, I'll show you this. If I get the Lyras here, this is something I really, really like to sort of see. So if you notice, if I put these two next to each other, as much as the artwork looks very similar, and it does, but you'll notice we've got a little swirly yellow thing going around her, and also a couple of little feather almost things on her head. The background looks a bit more colourful as well, with like this being a bit more blue rather than the dull colouring here. What tends to happen is, as you go through these cards, a common could be a rare, and the rare may give you better stats. Or, with this one, you can see at the bottom here, it's got this little X with resupply, and there's a few other bits of text there that explain what's going on. This is the sort of difference between the common and the rare. But the rare, so a Lyra Chronicler, could be in Axiom or Bravos, one of those. So it's potential for any of those. So that's the amazing thing, is that like these cards can go in most decks, as long as they obviously change their colouring. There's no sort of mixing and matching of colouring, but the cards themselves can change their colouring. So you might find that Ada Lovelace may become a Ordis blue as we go through this. It's really cool. It is really cool. All right, next pack here. Let's keep on going. Like I said, what we'll do is we'll probably end up putting this into two halves, just so it's not going on and on and on, because it'll probably be quite long otherwise. But it's a new TCG. It's really interesting. Let's see what we got here. So we've got a rare, which is the blue one. So we'll pop these into different sections here. I'll try and get those foilers in different areas. Next character here, we got Subhash and Marmo, which is like, it looks like a bit of an astronaut with a space dog almost. That's from Axiom. So we've had a Bravos hero and an Axiom hero. So we've still got a couple of different ones that we can get. And obviously there's three of these in each. Three of these in each faction. So you never know, we might get lucky with some others. So let's see what else we've got in here. We have got ourselves a Kelon Burst, which is a spell. Bravos Tracer. Mechanical Training. Kodama, right there. Lyra Cloth Dancer. Sneezer Shroom, which is a lot of the community's favourite one, I believe. A lot of people quite like this one. In fact, I think this has got a card in the newest set as well, but it's slightly different. I might be like Shroom Sneezer or something. But yeah, one to look out for. We've got a Baku, which looks like an elephant sort of stealing the soul. Very, like there's a lot of stuff going on with these artworks. They are gorgeous. So if you do want to pause them, please, by all means, go for it. Anubis. This is what I'm on about. Anubis, one of our sort of like Egyptian history going on here with Anubis. Into our first rare here, we've got an Armoured Jammer. Looks pretty cool. I love it because you can always just have a little look in the background here and always find something really interesting with these. They are super, super cool. A very awesome TCG. Oh, there's another one. Okay, we've got another Lyra Chronicler right there. We've got Celebration Day right there. Look at that hefty 8/8. So that's mana, so that's obviously what you would twist. Very similar to what you do when you ink in Lorcana. You have to exert to pay them. But yeah, we've got Celebration Day there. Anything else after this one? Looks like we do. Oh, very cool. Look at this. We got our first. So I'm getting excited. Why? Because this is a unique. This is one of those cards that is absolutely ours, and it will be something different about this compared to every other one of the Hatter. Looks like it's definitely the Mad Hatter because you've got the Cheshire Cat there as well. He's pouring some magical tea, it looks like. But it's so cool. So it might actually come across a common or a rare of this Hatter, so we can definitely see what's different about this. But for anyone that's sort of, because there's probably quite a few people that might look at this and think, right, what does all this mean? Absolutely is exactly what I'm thinking as well. But there might be someone in the community that looks at this and goes, that's rubbish, or that's actually really good. So maybe if we can come across another one of the Hatter, we can sort of see what's different about that one compared to this. But yeah, very happy. First of those, and of course we're going to pop that into one of the sleeves here. We may as well, surely. Let's pop these open. Let's see how well these are. Ooh, they are very nice. So they got some nice sort of roughish texture, and then the other side is nice and clean. We're going to sleeve up the Hatter, methinks. Let's nicely grab that one. Sleeve up the Hatter. It is a unique, so I definitely deserves a lovely extra bit of protection there, just in case. So first one there, we'll sort of pop that off to the side, just as a reminder. Let's move on to our next pack here. Okay, what have we got? We've got another common foiler. Okay, that's all good. That's all good. Ah, there it is. So this is probably my sort of go-to hero. It's very sort of... I do quite like this one. I quite like the artwork, the sort of paint splattering, and this almost like paint dragon going on. I love it. I think it's really, really cool. It pops very nicely. Got this sort of spray paint punk sort of, well, Navanka, and then blotch, which is pretty cool. So like a blotch of paint as well. I quite like that. But you can see, look at all of the text there for this character. I mean, you have to do this, like you exert them, and then you target and you roll a die, and if it's 6, you get anchored. If it's 2 or 5, you gain a boost, and if it's 1, you send it to reserve. So it's very, very luck-based with this hero, but I think it'd be worth a good shot with all of the different dice rolling. So yeah, very happy to get that one from the Lyra. We got Foundry Mechanic, Tiny Djinn, the Foundry Axiom Bastion, Harvest Spell, Lyra Thespian. We've got Youngsu Verdant Weaver, Monolith Rune Scribe. Off you go. We've got Kakoba Legion Commander. And, oh, very cool. We've got Haven Trainee right there. So he's training the little kid to shoot a bow and arrow. Very cool. Our first of the rares. Next one here, we've got a Kodama, which is slightly ever so different because we have actually had this as a common. So you'll notice there's these flowers going on here. So you'll notice something minute might change with the card in terms of that. So there's like a robot card where the robot goes from being a silver robot to a gold robot. It's really subtle, but I love that. It just changes the card ever so slightly. Kodama. Then we've got Red, which I'm guessing is Red Riding Hood because of the hood and everything. A different sort of version of that potentially. Make of that what you will. And there we go. That's that one. Interesting. Okay. So there's different percentages of luck in these packs. So you might end up with a couple more rares as opposed to commons. But we've got a rare foiler. Okay. We're going to have to see how many uniques we get. Because if we did want to put that one as a foil, then we could do. So we've got Akesha and Taru, which is a Izmir hero. Or the purples. So this one, again, nice little foily foil going on there. Very awesome. We got Chiron, Dr. Frankenstein. This is the one I'm on about, I think. This robot is like bronze. And then I think there's another one where he's either opening it up and there's a heart, or this is gold. Something like that. But Dr. Frankenstein is this one. Very cool. Mind Apothesis, Kitsune. Looks very much like Kariko from Overwatch. This one, I like this card. This one's got a little bit of difference as well. So I think the dice, there might be like 2 dice coming out of the cup instead of 1. It's that sort of subtle change. I love it. But they've got the roll of dice here. Ouroboros Trickster. Gift of Self. The Frog Prince. We got Baku again. Okay. Kaibara Asgarthian Leviathan? My goodness me. It's a 99888 and it's got it's got so much text as well. There's a lot of stuff to read. It reminds me of like Yu-Gi-Oh cards nowadays as well with all the text. But I think once you get used to it and you play it in your deck, I think you'll get used to it. So, very interesting. If we come across that again, I'm probably going to skip over the name. Beauty Sleep. with a couple of little creatures around her. Interesting little spell. Gift of Self again, which I think we just pulled in this pack as well. And, ooh, very cool, nice. Got another unique here in Verdantback. Very awesome indeed, loving that one. Not pulled that in a common or a rare just yet, but it's a 4/4/6/5/6. I have Defender. I believe that is from, I think when you play it. So these different symbols, you've got like the hand, which is like play it from hand. This one, which I think is just when you play it. If you control 2 or more plants other than me, up to 1 target plant gains 2 boost. Okay, when it says boost, it basically means that you can boost all of this. So when you put 2 boost on, it boosts, I think, all of these by 2 boost. It's not one specifically. So you put like a little counter on here to sort of signify that, which is very cool. And then also it does say there, each player draws a card. So that the X, I think, might be just when it goes down and you draw a card. It might be, I'm not too sure. Or it's when you discard it. It might be when you discard it, but don't hold me to that. Could be an interesting one. Could be an interesting one. So if anyone's watching that is an absolute Altered TCG god, let me know. Is that any good? But we'll pop that in a sleeve as well with the Hatter. Have I pulled that out the wrong way? I pulled it out the wrong way. I'm a silly sausage. Okay, very cool. Little grass turtle going on there. Be cool if we can get one from each of the different factions. Let me see if I've got that Gift of Self in here. There it is. Look at that. So you can definitely tell the difference there. I just love it. I just think that looks really cool. And also you can see there's the different factions. So the Gift of Self common should be Izmir, but the Gift of Self rare is Ordis. Love it. Love it. So cool. Oh, such a cool... These cards as well, I have to say, they feel really slick. They feel really nice to sort of hold and sort of go around with. Very interesting. They're not like... they don't give like a feel on your fingers or anything. They just, you know, done, finito. That's it. Well, so far we're doing pretty well here. Two of our uniques. Oh, okay. So we've got something a bit different here. So this is actually a token. So on some of these cards, they actually do mention play an Ordis Recruit or play a Brass Bug Defender, something like that. And that allows you to just put this token into one of the expeditions, and it obviously helps very, very subtly with the cost of those expeditions as well. So yeah, and it does say if this leaves the expedition, you just remove it from the game. It doesn't discard, you just put it off to the side, and then if you get to do it again, you can play it down. So we might come across a couple of these as we go. So we'll see if we can get any more of those foilers as well. But we've got a different character. We've got a different hero and companion here in Serena. No, not Serena. Syria and Oddball. Sierra and Oddball. There we go. Oh, names. Who'd have them? Sierra and Oddball right there. Okay. We've got a Tomo Gozan. Ganesh, which is, again, I think it's like one of the... don't quote me on this. Is it a Greek god or something? Ganesh? Or is that a religious... It might be a religious one. I'm not too sure. Again, I'm pretty sure you can get a different one because there's a little person up there in his face. You can get a different one if it becomes a rare. But yeah, like that. Ganesh. Helping Hand. Kitsune. Amel, Asgarthan Outcast. Oh my goodness me. There it is. Okay, so there is our Verdantbank right here. So it is 4/4 on this. It's 6/5/6, so it's got better stats in grass. I have Defender, and unless you control 2 or more other plants. This just says I have Defender, and then when you play it, if you control 2 more, one of them gets 2 boost. This seems better then, I'm guessing. This would seem better because you've got better stats, same cost, and also you don't get Defender unless you control 2 more, whereas this, you just get it straight away. So, I think we might have a pretty decent one there. Well, that's just going off me, though. What is that? Isotok? Something like that, I don't know. Banishing Gates, okay. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Muna Merchant. So this is a Muna card. I think we did pull this earlier. But you'll notice this in Axiom. So we've got it in the Axiom faction. But just look at the colours on this. They just pop so nicely. They just really do pop so nicely. Very cool. Muna Merchant. We've got Paint Prison right here. little like crane or something, doing some little graffiti stuff going on. Could be related to Moona, you know, to Lyra. That's the one. Paint Prism. Ride the Bifrost. There we go. So it's a very much sort of like Loki, Thor, Asgardian sort of things going on in here as well, which I quite like. Ride the Bifrost. And we've got Haven Trainee, which this one is in Axiom. No, Ordis. Blue is Ordis. Got to get used to them. But yeah, you can see there, create an Ordis Recruit soldier token in each of your expeditions. So that's in both. So when this gets played down, you can put 1/1 and then it helps charge it up. So when you play this down as well, you've got 3/1/1 in one of the expeditions, and then you've also got 2 Ordis Recruits, one on one side, one on the other. So could be very, very interesting indeed. Nice. I think a lot of people play Ordis, I think they do. But you never know with the newer sets and everything. There's some cracking cards in the newest set as well. So we'll mosey on. What have we got here? Oh, very cool. Nice little gold unique foiler. First one there. So we can get one of those uniques foiled up. Okay, what have we got here? Aphanas and Senka. Interesting. I don't know what that companion is. It's this sort of ghostly spirit there of like a fox or something. Interesting. Okay. Nice foil. Love the foiling though. I mean, if this is all the foilers looking like this, that's going to look absolutely beautiful when you play in your deck and it's all foiled. We've got Mana Channeling, Colonic Generator, Bravos Vanguard, Esmeralda, Mowgli. Love that. Love that. Little bit of Baloo and Mowgli going in here potentially. Love it. Love it. Dorothy Gale. Could be something to do with Dorothy. Maybe. There's a bit of a road going on there, Yellow Brick Road, so could be. Ordis Spy. Then we go into our rares here. We've got Axiom Salvager. He's doing a bit of welding on some bits and pieces there, okay. We're going into Ogun. Okay. Spycraft. Interesting. Might not be the same one there. There's a little bit of a Bravos symbol there, so this could be a slightly changed one. Could be. And, ooh, nice. We've got Celestial Blast. Oh, we have got more actually. Sorry, excuse me. Celestial Blast as well, which is looking pretty devastating on the land. And lastly, we've got, ooh, nice. We've got Monolith Legate. Interesting. Okay, cool. Don't know why I'm doing that. It's not shiny, but couple more rares in that pack there, which is what took me by surprise because I'm only expecting like 3 or 4, so there might have been a bit more. Another Ordis Recruit right there, but trust me, there are more. There are others. Oh, this is cute. Argon and Spike, which looks like a either a fruit that's alive or a cactus because he's got like a cactus on his head with a gardener. Interesting. All right, pretty cool. We've got Atlas. Armored Jammer, Mighty Jin, oh my goodness me, Soronos. Okay, there's the Outcaster, we're just going to skip over that. Moona Caregiver, looks as if she's holding eggs. Okay, Charge, which is a spell, a couple of Ordis people going on there. Celestial Blast, so there's that's the different colour scheme going on there with the Izmir. And we go into our rares here. We've got Jeanne, Assembly Overseer. Okay. Oh, there he is. There it is. Okay, cool. So it's like an evening vibe in the background here, but 2 dice now instead. So it does sort of boost up a couple of things there. So you can see it gains 3 boosts. So anything different about the card usually is in that yellow text. You'll sort of notice that. But yeah, I like that. Very cool. It's 000, but you know, you never know. And Banishing Gate, I think we've seen that one, but might not have been in Ordis. Do we have a unique? Doesn't look like it. It is Studious Disciple right there. Loads of books flying everywhere. Very interesting. There's so many like great looking cards as well. It really is amazing. You can actually see them all online as well. The Altered website shows everything, so plenty of things to look out for. Another unique foiler. Okay, so we've got 222 so far for all of those, and Ordis Recruits. Ooh, okay. We've got Orak and Kibble. Orak and Kibble. There we go. That's another Lyra one. Interesting. I think that might be Kibble there, that little rabbit. Interesting. Ooh, oh, that's fine. We've got Armoured Jammer, we've seen that one. Ratoska. Some of these names. There's another Ogun. Paint Prison. So it was actually... Oh, there's a monkey instead of the crane. Ooh. A little bit of a different thing going on there. Mowgli again. The Frog Prince. Gift of Self. Jean d'Arc. Mind Apotheosis, which I think we had in a previous colour. Interesting. Nice rare going on there. Kadigaran Mage Dancer. We'll just call that Mage Dancer going on. Mana Eruption. Okay. Discard one of your mana orbs. If you do, discard target character or permanent. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Interesting little bit of extra bits going on there. And we have Kuwat the Dissenter. Okay. There's some interesting names. There really is. Like, they really make you think sometimes about how to pronounce them. Alright, can we get a different token? Oh, it's a different Ordis Recruit. Great. Okay, that's brilliant. So I've got Ordis Recruit and Ordis Recruit. We've got Ordis Recruits. Okay, cool. Oh, different hero here. Traced and Rossum. Okay, interesting. Nice. Kelon Elemental. Achilles. Boom. Asmodeus, sorry. Spindle Harvesters. All In. Conjuring Seal. Thoth. Oh, that looks like the crane that was doing the woo with the paint. Nice. Oh, okay, straight into our rares here. We've got the Council, which might be an Ordis one to be fair, but it's in Bravos. Esmeralda, with a load of goats. Conjuring Seal, I think we might have already had that one. The Sandman, ooh, very cool. Nice. There's another Ordis rare. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, you don't notice 37 booster packs taking this long, so honestly, I'm not too... Ooh, do we not have a... Oh, we don't have a token. Is there not a token? Right, okay. So this is... I can't be played, but I can be used as a mana orb. Right, okay, in draft you may add any number of mana convergent cards to your deck. Got you, okay. So it might not be one of those most playable cards, but you can use this as the mana, which would be the other way, like that. Okay, interesting. First one of those, we'll take that. Alright, what we got here? We've got Lindu and Mao. Mao is obviously this thing. Okay. Mechanical Training. Oh, he's got the gold head on that one. Okay. Haven Warrior. Brassbug Hive. Lyra Skald. Beauty Sleep. Jean of Arc. Yeah. Sakarabra. Oh, straight into res. Okay, we've got Uzma. Axiom Scrambler. These are definitely all in different factions here. Axiom Scrambler. Alice. Could be Alice in Wonderland sort of thing going on here, maybe. Kraken's Wrath. Ooh, okay. Very interesting. Very nice artwork. And we've got an Ordis Attorney as well. Yeah, you can definitely tell it's Ordis with those diamond shapes as well. That's definitely giving it away if that's in the background. It's always cool if you come into this game and you don't know what anything looks like. Is this going to be another mana? Yep, another mana convergence. Okay. Okay, so we've got Fen and Crowbar, which looks like an opera singer and a jack-o'-lantern type character. Interesting. Okay. We've got Haven Bouncer, Brassbug Hive, the Hatter. Oh, okay, that is fairly different compared to this one. Absolutely. The Hatter is actually a Lyra character, and then we got a Bravos. So we got a cheaper one from the... Oh, that's very interesting. So the 5 is gone there, 0. 5 is still there, and 5 down in the water. Ooh, okay. And there is that little extra bit of text as well. And it is ever so slightly different at the bottom as well. But you can see the artwork change there as well. That's so cool. So cool. Alright, the Hatter. Leading to Hydrakina? Maybe? Ouroboros Croupier. Flamel. Open the Gates. Teamwork Training. That's a pretty cool card. Like that. Aloe Vera. There's a character called Aloe Vera. Amazing. Brilliant. Love it. We've got Ether Shard. Anubis as well as the rare. And, ooh, very cool. We get one of the promos, it looks like. Very interesting. So I believe this is, well, exactly what it says. It does say promo 2023. I think this is, it's weird. I'm not too sure. I'm really not too sure. It's like a promo card. So you might have got it in with, when you go to an event, and this is like one of the promos that you get in a pack or something. Because all the character information's not on here, so when I scan this, maybe it will do something a bit different, but that's pretty cool. We'll definitely take that. Very cool.